Brenner, 1,300 yards last week and 102 points between the two teams. Do you like the current state of the college football game?
I feel like that's kind of the trend in college football now. Everybody's such a high-scoring, high-offense teams, but it does make the games a little stressful sometimes, but it's fun. So I guess I can't say I dislike it.
Obviously, more fun on your side than the other side.
Yeah, definitely.
Kind of talk about it going into this matchup. What's Emporia State's defense looking like, and how are you going to kind of continue the success that you saw last week?
They're a solid defense, as most teams are in the MIAA. They're a good defense. So, we just kind of take it day by day. Each day of practice, we come in with high energy, high focus, and just get the game plan, get it ready for Saturday, and then execute Saturday. And I think we'll be good if we didn't do that.
And you guys have seen more success on the road than you kind of seen at home. How do you change that up, and how do you kind of see that you see some of that success at home?
I think it could just be our focus, but I'm not really sure. Every day we come in, we just got to do the same things and kind of get into a routine. And I think this week will be good. I think we'll be good.
What's kind of like, the mindset, kind of backs against the wall against Emporia coming in with your, I guess, postseason on the line?
It makes every game like a playoff game. You can't lose. You got to win every game from here on out. So what we've been doing is we play every play, just one play at a time, one game at a time. That's how we're just kind of taking the rest of the season. We got to win every play. We do that, we can win every game from here on out.
Brenner, talk about the receiving core. Obviously, different weapons that can help the team. The last 2 weeks, you've had 100-yard games and a pair of touchdowns each, but there's been weeks where Panko or Copeland have put up big numbers. How do you see your receiving core as a unit?
Our receiving core, it's phenomenal. I've personally learned so much from the Panko and Levi themselves, but it's just teams, they have to kind of decide. Like the last 2 weeks, they've been doubling up Levi, using a man or a zone cover over him. So that's been opening up Austin and I. So, teams kind of have to, now we feel like, kind of decide how they're going to play us as a group, and then we all feel that either one of us can make a play when it needs to be.
Is there any competition among the receivers?
Oh, no. We're all great friends, so we all love seeing each other's success. So it's great playing with them. I love them.
No bets on who's going to get the most yards?
No, we don't do that. No, we just keep playing. As long as we win, we're all happy.
How do you feel about the state of the offense right now? Obviously, you guys are really starting to put together. Michael's getting back on track in the run game. Obviously, the wide receiver core, there's options everywhere, and then along with Kyle Swartz over at tight end, you guys can put up points in bunches.
Our offense we're phenomenal right now. We're just clicking, and I think it comes with our everyday approach to practice. We're focused every day. We're bringing good energy, and we practice hard, and then it just comes out on Saturday. That's what I think it is, really.
Last week the two teams combined for 102 points and 1,300 yards. As a linebacker, is it fun to be involved in games like that?
Oh, well, no, not at all. It's fun watching our offense go out there and score points, but we need to do a better job of getting off the field and not making it a shootout like that again.
Is there a particular thing you can put your finger on about the defensive problems the last 2 weeks?
I just think it's a job of execution. We know what to do, and we have the guys to do it. It's just a matter of going out there and doing it. And also, we're playing some pretty good offenses. Mo West and Forte, they all had some pretty incredible athletes too. So it's a combination of that, but it's inexcusable from our part as far as execution goes, and we're just working to get better at that.
Is there a particular thing that makes these MIAA offenses so good?
I think the way football's being played now. It's just such a spread out game. Get all the athletes out in space, and everybody in our conference has athletes now. That it just can, you miss one tackle and it's 40-yard gain. So it's a combination of that, good coaching, and then, like in our case, bad defense at times. So it's a combination of all that.
And quarterback, let's see, Pitt State, I think you guys were anticipating the run, and they ended up passing like 5 touchdowns. You guys going to face another quarterback like that this this weekend. How do you prepare? What did you learn from the last few games, and how are you going to apply it to Emporia State?
Well, like you said, we were coming in expecting a lot more running than we got, and so basically we had to prepare for anything. We know that. We're playing another good quarterback this week, and like I said earlier, we know what to do, and as long we have the guys to do it, so as long as we go out there and execute, we'll be fine.
What's just, that kind of vibe in the locker room right now with kind of your backs against the wall up against Emporia State?
Well, I mean, it's playoff time for us. We feel like, we always go in with the mindset that we have to win that week. Be 1-0 this week, and it's even more important now because these are must-win games for us. So, I mean, I think this group handles pressure well. I think if you watch our games this year, I mean, if teams are about to pull away from us, we always find a way to fight back, and I think we'll take that mindset that, we're not going to go down easy, and we're going to be fighting till the end, and we're still alive, and so we just got to take it one game at a time.
What are you expecting to see out of the ESU offense this week?
They love to spread the ball around. They try to get literally 100 plays a game, and they're good at it. They'll take 3 yards here, 4 yards there, and just try to go down the field methodically. And what you got to do is just make tackles in space. I mean, if you make tackles in space and stop them from driving the ball, then you'll be successful.
Is it going to be a case where you guys are going to try to keep the play in front of you?
Yeah, I mean that's generally that's what we try to do, and then especially against these guys because, like I said, they'll methodically move the ball and then try to catch you sleeping and throw a long play. So if we just keep it in front of us and make the tackles, we should be in pretty good shape.
With 2 losses on the road, how are you guys going to improve that kind of? Or I'm sorry, 2 losses at home, more success on the road. How are you guys going to change that around and improve those wins at home?
Yeah, like I said, execution. We've all the 2 teams we lost to at home. We're 2 very good football teams. I think they have 2-3 losses between the 2 of them right now, and they're. But same thing there. I mean, we just needed to do our assignments better, and we got to get off to a fast start defensively. Our offense has done a good job of starting the game with a touchdown or what be. We have to answer by not giving up any points, and we'll be fine. The atmosphere is going to be crazy. We're going to have a lot of things going on, so we just have to get off to a fast start.
You guys are going out there, especially in the last couple of weeks. It feels like you guys have made those adjustments to where you're playing really well defensively for majority of the game. You just had that one big play.
Mm-hmm.
When you guys are out there and that happens, is it just a matter of forgetting, just washing it away, and just continuing to go follow the schemes you guys come up with?
Yeah, and I think that's what you have to do. I mean, football's not a perfect game for any team, and we understand that. But at the same time, we also understand that each of us have a job to do on each and every play. So that's what's been stressed. Just whether it's the first play or the 80th play, you have to do your job that play because that's the most important play right now. And we have guys that we have. For the most part, we're doing that. For the most part, like you said, we play some pretty good defense, and then it's the one play that. That ends up in a touchdown. So, I mean, I know we have the guys in the locker room to do it and that know how to do it. So it's just a matter of getting it done.
Last week against Missouri Western, the 2 teams had 1,301 yards and 102 points. You've been coaching football a long time. Do you like the state of today's college football game?
I don't like the state of 1,300 yards. I like the half of ours, but a few years ago when they changed the rule from offensive linemen could be 1 yard downfield to 3 yards downfield. Several years ago when that happened, and now you have the RPOs, which is run pass option plays. That's what made this huge difference in the game. It makes it very, very difficult to defend people when they're run blocking and they can still throw the football. And that's the change that we've had. Now there's talk about changing it back, and some serious talk about changing it back to 1 yard. And if that's the case, I think you'll see a lot of the scoring go back down. But the way it is right now, it's kind of wide open, and people can find ways to score points, and it makes it extremely difficult to defend at times.
Defense has given up more than 600 yards 2 games in a row now. Is it the same problems from week to week, or?
Well, I think the big thing is we kind of lost a little bit of confidence, I think, at times on some of the things that we're doing. And, you know, the biggest thing is we've given up some big plays, and those big plays have been a lot of yards and a lot of that yardage. We've had some times where we made the last 2 weeks, made them go 3 and out, and we get our defense right off the field. And there's been some times where we've had one big play that, you know, goes 75, 80 yards for a touchdown. So not consistent on what we're doing defensively, and you know, we've had a good week of practice. Hopefully we're better this week.
What do you see on film about Emporia State?
Emporia State's, you know, they're wide open on offense. They run a lot of tempo. They're going to run a lot of plays. Last week they ran 99 offensive plays. They've had over 100. The quarterback was 42 of 50. Yeah, 42 of 50, I believe, last week. And so, I mean, they're not afraid to throw the football. They're going to throw it all over the field. Like to, you know, mainly throw short stuff, but they will take their shots deep. Defensively, they're very active in the defensive line. They base out of a 4-man front, but they, you know, do a good job. All defense, they run the ball very well. But the thing that sticks out with them is their defensive front.
What about their defensive front?
Defensive front is very active. They like to blitz. They like to move them. They like to slant. They like to twist. They like to do a lot of different things and keep those front four moving and on the move, so that you never have a good idea where they're going to be when the ball's snapped.
This will be the most blitzes you all have seen this year?
Probably. I would say they're not afraid to continue to keep bringing them. And when they do that, you know, they're going to be in some man coverage most of the time, and then it becomes a matchup with, you know, our receivers and tight ends and running backs against their skill guys. So, you know, we've got to be able to protect our quarterback, and quarterback's got to be, you know, able to know when to get rid of the football.
Coach, you talked about the big plays on defense. Do you attribute that to more of blown coverages by your guys, which is a correctable mistake, or do you find it more just the other guys going up and making a play for you guys?
Well, last week it was more just guys going up and making plays. You know, it was a one-on-one man coverage, you know, 3 or 4 different times where the ball's thrown up and they go up and get it and we don't. So that's happened 3 or 4 times. And then a couple of the big runs is we just had, you know, way too many missed tackles. So, you know, we actually had the running back stop both times at the point of attack. And then he cuts back and we don't squeeze enough, you know, on the backside, and then we miss some tackles. So combination of both, but the main thing is you know, the big pass plays are mainly just, you know, them going over top of us.
I mean, in your opinion, has that affected the offense at all, which has really produced over the past 2 weeks to kind of keep you guys in games, even when you do give up those big plays, being able to go back down on the other side and answer right away?
Well, everybody understands their role. Our defense's job is to get off the field. Our offense's job is to put the ball in the end zone. So we just, you know, they don't worry about what else is going on out there. If it's 1 play, 10 plays, the next group's got to be ready to go. It's the same with our defense. If our offense sputters or we end up turning the ball over, they got to be able to go right back on the field and be able to try to find a way to get them stopped. So that's the attitude that they have, and that's the attitude that we have instilled in them. But, you know, we just been giving up too many points these last 2 weeks.
How do you feel like your offense has been playing as of late?
Well, they've been playing very good. Last week was as good as we've played in a long time as far as keeping a team off balance and being able to move the ball and run, pass, and doing a lot of different things. So, you know, been good of late.
You're seeing a lot more confidence out of Chad when he's out there?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he's kind of in a really smooth rhythm right now, and it, you know, kind of changes your thought process a little bit sometimes on whether to go for it on 4th down or kick a field goal or not. And we know Chad's got a strong enough leg to do it, and I think his confidence is where it needs to be.
And, I mean, obviously you've shown that confidence in him all year long, putting him back out there regardless of a make or a miss. What does that do for you guys, having that third phase of the game, knowing that you can go out there from 45 yards, maybe even 50 yards, and come away with 3 points? Well,
that's important. And, you know, there's some times just depending on what your philosophy is on whether or not we feel like we have a good chance to go for it or not, but also the fact that you can kick a field goal from that range makes a difference as well. So those are some things that you have to make those decisions on at the time. But I think as a whole, our special teams have been pretty solid. We spent a lot of time on them, and we're working again a lot this week to make sure we're ready to go there as well.
Coach, do you think that die heading into the stadium in Emporia with your postseason on the line?
Well, I think once we receive 2 losses, then it's pretty much that way. If you plan on making the postseason, so and our kids understand that. We just can't talk about it yet. I mean, we really don't talk about the 4 games we have left. We're just kind of basically talking about this one. But we know that we're in a corner, and we got to fight our way ourselves out of it. And Emporia is going to come in here, and they don't want to have another loss, and so it should be a heck of a football game.
And with a win, do you think that momentum would carry you, I guess, across the finish line?
Well, I think that the fact that it would be a great win for us, it'd be a big win for us. But then Sunday, and then Tuesday, we kind of are back to the drawing board for the next week. So that's the thing about this league is you got to be ready to play every week.
Talk about the strength of the MIAA in general. You opened up the season against number 20 ranked team. Now you're going against back-to-back top 15 ranked teams with Northwest Missouri next week.
I think we all realize that this is our belief. This is the toughest conference in the country, and there are times like last year towards the end of the year where I think that 4 or 5 teams in the MIAA could beat anybody in the country, and that just shows you how tough it is. So, not taking anything away from anybody else, but this is a very tough league, and also the fact that we have to play each other and beat the heck out of each other throughout the season, then have to go to the playoffs, and nobody else, has that parity, I don't think, from top to bottom.
How important is it you guys to have Emporia State at home rather than on the road this weekend?
Well, right now, we've been playing a little bit better on the road, so I don't know. I mean, that's just kind of how it's been. So, but we're looking to change that. We're looking to play a lot better this weekend, and hopefully we can get focused and come out and give us our best effort.
Is there any reason why you think you guys have had maybe a little bit more success on the road than at home?
If there was a reason, or if there's something there, I wish I knew what it was. But I think that sometimes it's maybe a little bit a smaller group that we have, and we're able to stay together the night before and have all of our meetings and all that. And so there's always some distractions when you're at home, some things that you have to deal with at home that you don't deal with on the road. But those are unexcusable too. We got to be ready to play.